The pre-apprenticeship in South Dakota, the program that we have developed the infrastructure for, basically is the idea that it would connect school-learned skills with the on-the-job training to set up a direct career pathway from post-secondary training to the apprenticeship. Now, if you think about how this is going to operate, and my background on this would tell me that a lot of schools have very good but not always relevant career and technical education programs. And in many cases, the problem is that unless the teacher is a unique kind of person, there's no obvious understanding of where that training is going to go. So the idea here, and it's not rocket science particularly, but the idea here is to work with somebody like Don at the level of apprenticeships, and to develop an agreement between the school district and the industry partners and the apprenticeship training coordinator to develop an apprenticeable program that operates through a secondary school. And if you think about this for a second, make sure that you understand I'm talking about the secondary curriculum being directed towards developing the students into that apprenticeship program, so that a person like Don and other people would come in and actually evaluate the CTE curriculum and say, what parts of that curriculum fit into the apprenticeship program for an apprenticeship? Okay? Then, what would happen with that information? And to me, two different things. One, the apprenticeship partner, the industry or union, would then give credit for that school-learned, school-based curriculum in their apprenticeship program. Okay? The other thing that would happen with this is that the school might alter its curriculum in order to better fit what the apprenticeship program requires in their apprenticeship program. Now, basically apprenticeships are for 18-year-olds and older. It turns out that a lot of seniors in high school are 18 years old. This is a 4-year program at least, a 4 or 5-year program. In our conceptual, we're thinking of it 4 years right now, but in another way, we're thinking, you know, this needs to start at the 8th grade level, whatever. This would start with a career pathways guidance program, an investigative program at least the freshman level, maybe even the 8th grade level, as students begin to evaluate their interests and options. People talk about marketing in apprenticeship. This is where marketing can become involved immediately. Not marketing just for post-secondary education, but also marketing for the apprenticeship process. Then you work through grades 9, 10, and 11. In grades 10, you may have some type of a shadowing experience. In grade 11, you might even have an internship experience. In grade 12, or possibly soon after grade 12, maybe the summer after, you could have an apprenticeship experience where the student was actually a paid apprentice. The other aspect of this that we wanted to be very specific with was the idea that we were looking at a lot of non-traditional type apprenticeships. I think in South Dakota, if I look at potential pilots right now, probably be in the healthcare industry and in the manufacturing industry. I think we have two specific areas that we could do something with in that would be kind of interesting. One of our thoughts was that one of the things that schools could do very easily within their existing CTE programs was to teach the safety aspects of apprenticeships within the CTE programs. They could do that. The people with the teachers with some training are viable to do that kind of thing. So that's an aspect that would be pretty clear cut. It could even be certificated, where the student could say, I've got a certificate for this safety training, I'm going to take it and show it, you know, and I can say that this has been validated for doing that. The other thing I want to say is, within career and technical education, when you think of CTE, you really need to broaden your thought process away from just, quote, shop classes, or what they used to call home economics classes. I still call them that. My FACS teachers in schools used to rip me up and down for calling them home economics teachers. They're now FACS, family and consumer science teachers. But in those programs, you have to really see beyond that, though, and you have to think about the aspect that under career and technical education, the concept of STEM education, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, is within that realm. That's a broad area which has curriculums that are available to schools that are extremely rigorous, that would provide a general, and I want to say general, but that's not really the right word, because it would provide a curriculum that could be accessed into many types of skills, of apprenticeable skills. Certainly any type of electrical, mechanical, in terms of manufacturing skills, medical skills, can be, you can get your general curricular background from that in the secondary level, grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. You can get that from some very interesting curriculums. Now, I work specifically in South Dakota with the Project Lead the Way curriculum, which some of you may have looked at or thought or known about, something about. My experience is that most people know a little bit about it, but not very much. An extremely exciting and interesting curriculum that provides students with this STEM background that they could then transfer to their apprenticeship, say in the manufacturing technologies, which is one of the ones we're thinking of, or in the biomedical, which is another one of the ones that we're thinking of. They could transfer that. They should get credit for that. Even though it is a curriculum in school, they should get some credit for it because it's going to put them well ahead.